Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another stream. The kind of Monte Fisto. Coming back to you after, what, a week? Didn't stream during the week. It's been a busy week. Just a lot of shit. We're really just right now locking in on this game and Shining Force. We're at the end of both. I kind of want to knock out both, but we'll be getting back to Dark Souls 3 after. It's just going to be a turbulent couple of weeks. Assuming I get this job, I had my interview Wednesday. It went very well. They liked me, and he was saying that the other people that I interviewed with, they liked me as well. Yeah, we had like an hour block for the interview, but we only used like I think like 25 minutes of it, and then afterwards, like, all right, you want to fucking talk about some other shit? I was like, yeah, all right. So I guess that's good. But there was like one other dude they were interviewing today, Friday, so he couldn't tell me for sure if I would get the job until Monday, but that was looking good for me. But I don't know, maybe the other guy fucking just absolutely fucking kills it. Who knows? So we're not out of the woodwork yet. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I kind of really want to burn some anxiety, so I really don't want to study or do any other shit. So here I am, streaming. For you fine people. We're on the DLC of Final Fantasy 16. I do have my revised ranking of the series, which, since last time I played, I really have been debating if I wanted to drop 16 under 2. I can't in good conscience do that. But I am pretty maturely raising 12 above 16. Maybe when I revisit 12, maybe I'll be ungodly bored out of my mind. But I'm thinking maybe I was a little bit unfair towards it. I was kind of discussing with Rayla in the Discord, like, what is the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Polarizing entry in the series. And I think it might be 16, honestly, because I feel like 13 most people generally dislike, unless you're, or I guess divisive, that's where I was looking for, the most divisive game. 13, I feel like most people hate, except the morons. 2, you get the occasional fedora tipper that's like, actually, it's great. But I mean, those are so rare, but there's videos of them on YouTube, I swear they exist. You know, 10, you know, whatever. Contrarian noir is the term you want. Yeah. I mean, it fits, but here's the thing with like 8, right? So like 11, 14, people either play them and love them, or people are like, I don't really play MMOs. 8, I feel like was more spicy back in the day. I feel like the debate around 8 has calmed down. I feel like people who really loved it and played it when it was new, they're like, yeah, I can see the flaws. If you don't like it, it's fine. And then people who absolutely hate it, I feel like have come around on it. Not saying that they like it, but they're like, all right, I can kind of see some appeal. I'm kind of in between on it. I think it does some things nice, but I can't really forgive the, really, like, all over the place plot. And the, like, lack of connected themes. I've said a million times that 8 feels like a fuck draft. Like, they were like, hey, let's get this thing out the door. It's like, oh, we're gonna do a pass-through with the plot again, are you sure? It's like, nah, let's start. Let's start right now. But yeah, I don't know, I feel like 12 might be the most, because I feel like people either hate 12 and think it's boring, or people are, like, frothing at the mouth with how much they love 12. Really strange to me. So I hope when I revisit it, I'm like, okay, I can maybe see some appeal or something. But yeah, let's dive into this bitch, though. Let me turn on the controller, lest I forget. But yeah, but, like, doing the interview process for this job, when we're, like, all right, controller. Can you connect though? Controller, please. Controller. Is it there? All right. Wow, that took like 10 seconds too long. Weird. Fuck. Where was I? Oh yeah. So the interview though, like when we're kind of like going over like case studies and shit. Well, like I don't know what the fuck Windows is doing with the Bluetooth. Fuck, half the time it'll do an update and then I have to like re-fucking join my controllers. Usually, anytime there's an update, I just have to like fuck around with like audio settings again in OBS. Not really sure why that is. But anyway. Yeah, so the interview process though, like when we're like going through case studies and kind of looking at fucking alerts of bad actors, nefarious fucking gondus, essentially. And like, all right, this alert comes in, fucking analyze it. What does it mean? I'm able to like, oh yeah, all right, so he's doing that on that account, make an account here, fucking moving that shit around, putting that executable in that folder. He's on this server that's really bad. It's like, all right, so what did you do with it? I'm like, oh, I'd fucking isolate, you know, the endpoint. It's like, just the endpoint? I'm like, well, probably the whole fucking network. I mean, if they're in the network, they're fucked. Like, you don't want to play whack-a-mole as you, like, you know, isolate one machine. You know, they're, like, dicking around on another. But, yeah, it was, like, cool. That's a nice particle effect on the title screen. Once again, yeah, visually it's really cool, especially something's lost in streaming, I feel, when the game is HDR. I mean, I feel like we've had this conversation before. So like the game looks a lot better for me than it is for you guys. It's like 1440p for me, HDR. The game looks good, and I think the title screen is really fucking pretty, especially when you got the like the OLED screen, so the black is like not, you know, the light isn't even on. Oh, let me kill these fucking goblins so they're not, like, roaring in the background.
I doubt some of the creatures in these cages have been seen in the atmosphere for 1,000 years.
Shock you fucks. No, we need to write GUI and basic to track the IP address. Well, there are, like, autistic, what, engineers, right, that like make all of those rules to automate shit. That's kind of above my pay grade. All right, who else? Anyone?
Yeah.
Huh. Miss me with that shit, motherfucker. Also, yeah, let's use that real quick. So, I mean, this game is the game, right? You, fucking do particle effects and zone out, and it feels good for a couple battles, but then the game goes on for 80 hours, and you, start to lose your mind after a bit. The game really should have been 20 hours. Yeah, maybe, you could have maybe done 30, but you would have needed to do more with the plot, you know what I mean? We've had this conversation. Let's see, miss out on the NCIS quote. Are you fit for the programming stocks? Well, Gaseous can answer that. Gaseous, am I ready for the programming stocks? That's Squeenix in a nutshell. Yeah, but it's more pronounced in this game. And, you know, like I was saying, I was playing because I'm, you know, working on my script and gathering footage. I'm playing, you know, the eventual script in like 2 fucking years. See, I've been ready for the programming stocks for a long time, my friend. Indeed. Oh yeah, the frame rate really doesn't like the middle of that hallway, does it? Yeah, so I've been playing through Final Fantasy 13, and I'm like, all right, is this that bad? And like, my answer is always yes. All right, like, after spending like another couple hours with Final Fantasy 13, every time I'm like reaffirmed, like, no, this is the worst of the series easily. Do I want to put on whatever the fuck this is? Increases HP regain potential while taking damage, while automatically restoring HP regain gauge. All right, so essentially my my little bleed out, like my fighting game bleed out will be more generous. I don't really need it that much. But yeah, I mean, because I've always said one of the things that 13 really needed, because they were so focused on it looking cool, and they clearly, like, initially wanted you to, like, move around and, like, dodge attacks, but said, you know, it's like the thing, you start a file on Final Fantasy 13, and, like, you're noticing that with the giant fucking scorpion mech you fight in the beginning, it, like, readies its death laser, and you're like, lightning, are you really just gonna eat that? It's just straight on, you're really not gonna sidestep that, huh? Jeez, alright. But also, like, another thing I noticed and once again, this is fresh in my mind. In Final Fantasy 13, right, when you, like, do your paradigm shift, that takes time in battle where you're still taking damage. Because tell me if I'm wrong, but in, like, Final Fantasy, like, 10-2, when you do the dress sphere change, you're not, like, actively getting wailed on while they're, like, animating their, like, Sailor Moon dress change, right? Because Final Fantasy 13 it does, and it always feels bad when I'm like, fuck, switch to a healer. And then they're, like, still getting hit. I'm like, no, like, stop time or something, please. Magical girl rules, so no getting attacked during slutty transformation scenes. Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 needed that. Although, I will say, as much shit as people give the Final Fantasy 7 remake, having the bullet time when you open the menu to give your other dudes commands or select magic, that was honestly a really good idea. And once again, all I've done was,
Though it appears this incarnation can fly.
What, the demo? What, dickhead? Alright.
To me, boy. Let's try.
Alright, I got tricked me that time, alright. Alright, you tricked me that time. Oh, so here's something that I brought up. I forget if I brought this shit up, because I've been watching a whole... we have to pause for this shit. Alright, because I've been, like, watching a whole bunch of other people's takes on Final Fantasy 16. Not the people that have, like... I watched one or two people that, like, glazed it, and I kind of, like, my eyes rolled back in my fucking head. But, like, 9 times out of 10, they point out every single thing I pointed out. Which, it's so reaffirming. That feels so fucking good when you hear them all, like, point out, like, yeah, like, after the fucking 20, 30 hours in, oh my god! You know, they're all like, listen, that first third is being, you know, like, that's the point. That is the point, it gets fucked up. But anyway, alright, so, this shit has, like, been driving me fucking crazy, right? And I think I pointed out a little bit in the Discord. But, so Clive, the idea is that you know, after you fight the other dominants, you Mega Man style siphon their power, right? But then it adds, alright, they can still prime into their dominance for the giant fucking Godzilla fight, but then they have less control. First it's no control, but then at the end, because they want you to ride Bahamut into the bad guy's lair, they're like, oh, I can, Dion's like, oh, I can still control it. It's like, alright, I thought they said they couldn't, whatever. Alright, so maybe if they really believe in themselves and the heart of the cards, they can do it. But one of the main things, though, is, like, Clive siphons away their power. They're, like, when they're in human form, they can't, like, you know, the fucking crazy chick in the beginning, that was a cool character that they killed off without ever doing anything with. I'm blanking on her fucking name, Hard Benedicta. You know, she no longer has the crazy, like, claw and wind magic. Right? And then there's the whole scene where Clive is with, Jill, and you know, she agrees to let him have the ice magic, and then, you know, your brother Joshua gets all mad, like, oh my god, you know, we're trying to help you, and you just want to take all this shit on your own, right? So my point being is I took her ice magic, and she is right now in the battle using ice magic. So what the fuck does happen be like Clive copies their power, and then you have a full party of them in your party helping out, and you can change who's in your party, and maybe even, like, play them, and then, like, you know, Jill can, you know, Clive can still be fully customizable. But then Jill can just be the ice magic lady, right? Dion can just have the Bahamut moveset and then be using a spear, whereas Jill uses the rapier, right? Just have that. And then they could be like a Final Fantasy party instead of just Clive does everything and everyone else just fucks off back at the base. Oh my god, bro.
Let's try.
Oh, alright, fuck face.
That's all ready.
Ow.
I needed that.
Here's apologies as a CSI techno babble line. I will create a GUI and Visual Basic to see if I can track down their IP address. If you can find that clip, send it my way. That sounds fun. Ow, alright. God, that double hit fucking blows my mind every time. You have any fun to watch the Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie? I heard how bad it was, but like I have to fucking I still have to see it. I've heard the legends though. Oh shit. See, that was an amazing, awful film. Wait, why did you guys not watch it? Did you guys? I'm assuming you guys downloaded it, right? Because that was relatively recent, right? Assuming you guys obtained it, unless they made it for free on YouTube or just made some, you know, I guess there's always video essays and shit. I will say the bosses in this DLC do the thing where they like hit multiple dimes in a row, like they kind of psych you out, they juke your ass. But I'm leaning into potions pretty hard. But then again, if you game over in this game, it gives you full potions immediately, which is like, all right, I got it fucked up. Bro, COVID was over half a decade ago. Bug detention mechanics. Wait, but was that movie during COVID? Because I feel like I only heard about it like 2 years ago. Yep, it's that old. That's crazy. Yeah, I feel like I didn't hear about it until a couple of years ago. Doesn't mean in the middle of fucking COVID. That sucks. Yeah, all right. Let me write that down. Where's my goddamn note sheet? There we go. I hid it from myself. Ice Cube or the World. I still need to see the movie Hackers. Go figure. One dude at work always gives me shit for it. He's like, dude, that like you fucking love it. I'm like, I know. I have it on my hard drive. I keep forgetting to watch it. Hack the planet. To be fair, I only watched it a few years ago, and I might have bugged you about it. Orgasius. I remember hearing about it. I feel like the first time I even heard about it was like a year or two ago, and that was it. Once willed from the slumber, the spherical construct of fallen provenance will fit and flutter about its new master like a dutiful yet unseen hummingbird sweeping in to provide aid to the needs arise. All right. Increases damage dealt using most aerial attacks by 20%. Increase maximum number of stomps from 2 to 3. All right. I guess if you were like really leaned on Garda, that might be good.
Yes, but of how many?
Well, that depends on how determined they were to conceal their activities.
Right. I'm gonna assume I went in through that fucking door. But anyway, for those of you who didn't join the first part of the DLC, there's this giant fucking fallen tower that part of the plot is like, oh yeah, someone awoke in some crazy shit and there's like fake crystal in here that's not tied to anything that Ultima is doing, but it's like crazy crystal that is spreading and breaks really easily. But also no one has ever like checked out that tower or went into it, and it's like, well, that's kind of bullshit because it takes up the whole fucking skyline. Weird. And so we are gearing up to fight Ultima. I think we got a tease, or not Ultima, Omega. Yeah, that one Zoomer that made the Refoid series, reviewing every Final Fantasy or I Die. And he really did every Final Fantasy, which is impressive. But some of his takes are really Zoomery, so you gotta go into be ready for that. But when he covered this one, he's like, yeah, typical like with Final Fantasy 14, there's Final Fantasy 4 favoritism. Which, to my understanding, Final Fantasy 4 covers like all of them. But like it does a lot of references to all of them. But in this game, there's like way more Final Fantasy 5 references than 4, if you ask me. But I don't know, on a casual playthrough of 5, I feel like you can't appreciate 5 unless you do a second playthrough.
If the tower is in control, why not simply disable the lift?
What are you suggesting, Joshua?
That it's hurting us.
Which I know that it's pretty autistic to play most of Final Fantasies multiple times, but I feel like it does give you
There's an entire fleet.
a better impression of the strengths and weaknesses of the games overall.
Mid will want to see this.
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if like you actually flew an airship in this game? Oh, so that's one thing I always point out, right? Is like, I feel like it's starting with Final Fantasy X. I guess in 11 you kind of have an interesting like bird's eye view of, you know, flying over the continent relative to where you start and where you finish, which is actually a nice attention to detail. But all of the games, they never do airships. And I always think of like, what was that real shitty space game Bethesda did? But there's that, there's No Man's Sky. I feel like there's a couple games where they really do the thing where you hop into shit, and then you fly up and above and over and start to like, you know, fly around. But even then, I'm fine with like a representation of the world, and then you like land the ship and you're kind of in an area with maybe like a little cutscene. Think like Secret of Mana. But I don't understand why they can't just like do an airship now. You have all this technology. Why can't you do like, I feel like there's no excuse. Like, put some time and money into that. That'd be really cool. That's always like a cool moment in the old Final Fantasies. We probably get an airship and you're like, holy shit, I can go anywhere. Feels good. Feels good, fam. If you went to Thailand, if you went to Thailand for no particularly good reason, people would be in the right to think you are a closet case, right? Yeah, I feel like that'd be fair. Am I going to Thailand soon, or is someone, or is this hypothetical of like, oh, a friend I know went to Thailand all of a sudden? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure the food is nice. I hear that the MMA is nice. Yeah, if you are into that. So who is Jeter? I don't know. I don't know Jeter. All right, that's kind of cool. You can kind of see some shit. Oh, okay, that's kind of neat. All right, that's where you fight Benedicta. At least I think that's where you fight Benedicta, right? Yeah, because we're in the Caer Norvant fortress. So what, over there? See, and this is what I was just talking about. There needed to be like more of this shit. Oh, he was a Gachimuchi man. Probably get along. Was that the Deep Dark Fantasies man? I know who that was. But yeah, I don't know. Like they make these worlds, and I feel like he wasn't big enough to be on my radar. Gotcha. Yeah, because that's Rosaria. Yes, so that would be where I fought Benedicta. Yeah, weird how like more people didn't notice that. Like it was a pretty crazy fight. Yeah, I feel like after the Benedicta fight, that's when the game started to tank. Yeah, so like what the demo covers, and then maybe like 5 to 10 hours after that. So I'd say for like 20, 25 hours is pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. You want to like explore these worlds. Speaking of which, I think that's one of the strengths of Final Fantasy XI, right? I know, yes, you hate even the concept of Final Fantasy XI, but one thing that game does, like, freakishly well is world building, lore, and world size. Which I guess you could say 12 does too, and you know, I'm hoping that when I revisit 12, I'm able to appreciate more, because I know people really dig that one. Not all of them, but some people really dig that one. But I guess part of my distaste for 12 as well is the Final Fantasy Tactics music, which is fine. It's the least Final Fantasy of the Final Fantasy music, and also the really all right, who's doing this? Which one of you guys is doing it? Yeah, they were like slapping their fucking magic on them immediately. Final Fantasy 12 prediction, hour-long rant about how the protag was the wrong character. Well, I've already played 12. I've never beaten 12. I want to say my grand like I've made 2 attempts to try to get into it. One when it was kind of newish. I mean, I don't know, maybe I like picked it up used at GameStop around like 2009 for like dirt cheap. And then I probably tried it again, maybe later on. But I don't even think I made 10 hours the first attempt. Maybe like 6 hours in. The second attempt, maybe like 3 or 4. Like very little of an effort. Dude, who the fuck? I'm gonna fucking kick your ass if you keep doing this. Alright. What I should have done. Another push by Squeenix to help get the Fujo demographic. I blame Nomura. Well, isn't that like a weird thing that the Japanese, they're like, they can't have like an older dude protagonist. It's so bizarre to me. And when they do, they like apparently with Final Fantasy 12, right? One of the reasons why they had it not like the Bosch guy and instead the kid, Van, was because they were looking at the sales data for... This is actually pretty cool. Alright, well, if they're gonna do something for the DLC, at least it's nice to give you a bird's eye view of the world. It does also make you realize how small the world is at the same time. Like, oh yeah, that city's right next to that, huh? Which, all the reason, just give me a fucking airship, like, representation. Then when you land, then you can kind of do, like, the warp thing. Like, would people still bitch and be like, oh, it'd be cool if it was all to perfect scale? Sure, but I mean, it would be better than nothing. Let's see. Today's study question, whom would you make a better main character for Final Fantasy X, Yuno or Auron? Probably, feel like Yuna, right? Like Auron, I always got vibes of like, you know, like Shadow or like Setzer from Final Fantasy VI, where the characters are like fucking heartbreaking, but you have to be really paying attention to get it, and that's kind of your reward for paying attention, or you know, your soul crumbles a little bit more. What did I just get? Get like a regular ass thing? Fallen bracelets. Alright, so HP would drop. Oh, I lose 20 HP. Jeez, but I gain 6 defense. I think I want that, right? 15 centuries removed from their creation, these unassuming accessories are inexplicably warm to the touch, and when equipped, are compelled by some unseen force to cinch tightly about the wearer's flesh, like a mother gripping the arm of a misbehaving child. And upon their wrists would the people wear bangles of opal and onyx, that they might foresee the shifting of the very heavens. Throw that bitch on. Once again, who gives it, like, yeah, it's like, oh, I have a little bit less HP. It's like, yeah, but I have more defense, so each heal point is fucking better. Ultimately, it's Yuna's story, not tight asses. Oh, yeah, what's good social justice a while, Luigi? Yeah, I just think, though, that tight ass does make an interesting main character, just because, just from a narrative perspective, you don't have to have the Final Fantasy 13 thing of a fucking dictionary. But also, it makes the reveal of his character more interesting, and ultimately, spoilers for 10. Severe spoilers for 10. If anyone's watching and hasn't played that one yet, skip ahead in the video of 30 seconds. Him being the final Aeon does kind of make him important, to say the fucking least. Because obviously it was going to be Jacked, and then, you know, they completely fucked up, which is why Auron is, you know, extraordinarily depressed. It's very bold to deliberately want a whiny crybaby as the main character. But it worked, it did. God, I can't pardon me, just wants to finish my tea. Before it gets too cold. We'll keep pressing on. Oh shit, Trinominators. Let's go over here first, though. Interesting, so they make the fights more of a pain in the ass, but they give you 1,000 potions. Yeah, so once again, this tower is like fucking absurdly massive, and people are like, yeah, no one has ever found the entrance. No one's ever like walked around there and just like try to walk in, except for like the 3 thieves we met. Have you guys ever seen the third Aladdin movie? Was it the 30 Thieves one, or whatever the fuck it's called? I remember that one not being terrible. I watched it as a young baby. I remember the second one not being fucking good, but...
Anomalous activity detected in Hangar Bay. Mobilizing Aegis units.
We're being watched. Then let's show them what we're capable of.
Ah, shit. What's the next Final Fantasy game you're gonna replay? Well, this is my first time playing this one, but next is gonna be either like Final Fantasy 3 or 12, but I think, like, I don't know, do you count Tactics? We are gonna do Tactics probably like first and foremost. So probably 3 before 12 though. Because I want to do the Ivalice games, Vagrant Story and Final Fantasy Tactics first. Speaking of which, that's what I was trying to say before my brains... Oh, shit! Oh my god. I expect you to do whatever the fuck you just did right there. I was talking about Vagrant Story. So like the devs blamed Vagrant Story's bad sales on the fact that the main character wasn't like a shonen kid or whatever the fuck the term is. Ow. Ow, Jesus Christ, bro. Which is why for Final Fantasy 12 they made the main character a kid. I'm not really sure why.
Too slow. Nice try.
They would do it that way. Because like I didn't even know that the main character from Vagrant Story was that fucking old. They didn't seem that old.
All yours, Torvald. Nice try.
Alright, we're just gonna beat this for a little bit. But yeah, so that's probably gonna be the order of the starting, because as soon as I'm done Shining Force 2, I'm gonna start on Final Fantasy Tactics, really try to get through it, and really try to hopefully see what other people see. Although I do think that the, as much as some of y'all hate Square Enix, I do think that for the remake, remaster of Tactics, they pretty much seem to have improved on everything, which is, you know, usually there's like, you know, a fucking monkey's paw kind of thing where it's like, all right, they improved this and this and this and this, but they, you know, completely fucked up the art style or some shit, you know? So, it's interesting to see them actually do a solid effort. That doesn't seem to have any downside. Disengagement bit. All right, what are you? Once willed from slumber, the spherical construct of fallen providence will flit and flutter with its new master. Oh, wait, didn't I just... It's like the same, yeah, or they have the same description. All right, we can just ignore the description moving forward. Indicates precise pairing timing by temporarily changing the color of the target's display name. That sounds gay as shit. That sounds like some baby mode shit. Increases slowdown following a successful parry by 20%. I guess maybe you're trying to learn the game before like a master mode, or you're playing on Final Fantasy mode, but why the fuck would you want to do that? Yeah, let me put another 80 hours in this game real quick. That sounds like fucking wonderful to me. I don't know about you guys. But anyway, yes, the Fallen were just people, apparently.
AM2 to Stasis Silo West.
And they made this all, like, super automated place, which I was kind of hoping the Fallen would be the indigenous species here, not just like, oh, Ultima fucked up the first time, so he tried again.
Have to hope those crystals it's
I think
sporting are
that's
as
kind of
worthless
lame.
as the others.
Hey, it's our friend Ariman.
Too slow. How is that even possible? Better not to think about it. Nice try.
Kill it.
Too slow.
Ow, alright. I thought maybe I could dodge, like, over it, but I guess it's wrong. That was not correct to do. Oh, alright. But finally in there, what the fuck? Now you can really tell that the Final Fantasy 14 devs did this. Which is like, once again, I like, for MMOs, I feel like it's fine, you know, you're with your friends, you're playing that shit. It's interesting. I don't know, man. They really should have brought in like another team to like help guide the 14 devs. I really feel like Squeenix kind of did a misfire across the board with a lot of aspects of this game. Like they were like, hey, what's the one thing that we're doing really successfully right now? Final Fantasy 14. Let's have them do everything. It's like, well, okay, well, they can do some things. They have some good insight, I'm sure, but you know, you're not gonna hire a clown to fix a leak in the John. Areola Blast. Lightning Rod. It's like the only way to shoot through that health bar, my god. This guy's a tanky motherfucker. Not particularly hard, but definitely tanky as shit. Oh god. Oh shit.
I failed.
Wow, really? So that hits you once, you're just dead? Just like entirely? How low was my health? Jesus Christ. Good. That feels really good. Which version of Final Fantasy 12? OG. I can't do a special edition in good faith and have it like be compared to like, I can't have like the reattempt be the one I use to compare to the other versions of Final Fantasy when I do my video. I'm sure the newer version is better. One day I might even play the new version. so this is the one, huh? I still have the demo disc. Oh, speaking of which, I was gonna do the, I have the ISO of the demo disc because I do eventually want to do Dragon Quest VIII. I was wondering if I would get to it before Final Fantasy 12, but maybe not. I'll still do the demo disc when I do, Dragon Quest VIII. I feel like it'd be a neat, like, special feature, I don't know. Oh, come on, I fucking dashed forward. Get fucked. Fuck. Also, one thing I've also noticed is like the fact that the multiplier only goes up to like a 50% increase of your base damage. It's kind of fucking horseshit, honestly. That's one thing I will actually give Final Fantasy 13 credit for, is at least the, you know, the percentage is like fucking insane horseshit, you know, with fucking, all right, here's the part. Where you just die. There you are, making absolutely sure. Kill this fucking piece of shit. Did Torgo even do any like different damage when he's in Fenrir form? Too slow. No. Jesus Christ. Just knowing that like if you get hit by that, you just start the fight over is fucking insane. Yeah, these are fucking too long. The 14 devs. Someone should have stopped them. Oh my god. Jesus, I'm like rapidly trying to fucking go to my potions.
Too slow. Now, Torgal!
Very walking-esque of you to say. I know, you had to remind me of what I said. My memory's that bad, bro. Jesus. Do we get a level up at least? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, I think if you get caught by that one move, the instant death and start over is a little fucked up, to say the least. But hey, we got it. Numbers go up. Good. The inflection of your girl screams. Hold up, bro, gaseous, fucking chill, bro. We got the aqueous humors, which we can use in crafting. Northern legend which, you know, crafting is great in this game. It's so valuable. Northern legend tells of a terrible winged creature, Angra Manu, who, having lost one of its eyes to the blade of intrepid adventure, doesn't the fucker only have one eye? Spent the rest of its days, oh, it became that, maybe. Days weeping as it wandered the countryside, so bitter were its tears that upon striking the earth, they would turn the very soil to stone. A side effect that would both irk farmers while simultaneously tempt blacksmiths with the prospect of what substance might do to their iron. Hopefully they give me something to make with that fucking shit. I'm assuming they do, but my god, it's such a rarity.
Lost. Re-establishing connection.
Imagine an entire war fought with these things.
The quantity of ether required to animate them all would be unfathomable. No wonder they were trying to manufacture their own crystals.
Unable to establish connection. Raising threat index.
It seems we've made an impression.
Yeah, but like, what a missed opportunity, though, that
Perhaps
like...
the rest of the cages will open now.
Don't tempt fate, Joshua.
Having the
Forgive
Fallen...
me, brother. They may not.
Just be the first attempt and fuck up of Ultima? Like, how long was he trying to make Clive, essentially? Like, you know, millions of fucking years, apparently? But I was really hoping that the Fallen was just the indigenous species that they had to, like, that maybe Ultima tried to, you know, use them instead and just failed. Because they rebelled and were smart and tried robots. But no, it just, they just be fucked up. They just made a people and then the people are like, yo, let's make our own crystal. I don't know. Could have been cooler. Jill's just Tifa with Aerith personality. That's an insult to Aerith. Jill doesn't fucking have a personality, honestly. She pops off briefly in the Iron Kingdom quest line, then goes back to being the fucking, like, you know, paint drawing. What's good, Collector G? How you doing? How's your Friday? Also, let me save. It's been a little bit since we did a manual. Especially after that level up, we're getting close to level max. Or, no, I think it raises by like 20 levels for the DLC, which is excessive. I can't imagine doing all the fucking S-hunts. This game needed more RPG elements and playable party members. It needed a lot. They also needed to cut it. Or, yeah, like, cut it to like 25 hours if they were gonna keep it like this, and then like condense the plot. But yeah, more RPG elements, more custom powers, party members, because they're here anyway. Have them be better, and then maybe have like them have little skill trees that you choose, and then you can play as them. And then Dion could be in your party more often. He's cool. Maybe like not kill off the interesting bad guys right away. Like maybe Benedicta could have, I don't know, had a redemptive arc. That could have been cool. Wait, this is an elevator. Yeah, I mean, dude, this game is like just missed opportunities all over the fucking place. Five is cool, but he's trapped in a bootleg DMC style game. I see. Not to be an asshole. I think like that's an insult to Devil May Cry. I think it's more like fucking one of those older Gods of War games. You're just hacking and slashing. DMC had like different weapon types. Like I mean that's fucking huge. Just that there. Like here you just have like. That's it. That's what you got. You got the lunge. You got the lunge down. I don't know, man. This game has like issues. It's a lot. This is a lot. Oh, speaking of DMC though, there we are.
Living flesh.
Now we're in DMC 5.
This whole tower is alive.
See, when am I going back to DMC 3 to get your beating from Virgil? No, I will. That and East 3 Remake. I'll definitely be going back to Devil May Cry 3 and East 3 Remake before going back to Tales of Symphonia. But all three I need to go back to. 2025 just was a fucking wretched year. That I just, you know, when I went back to gaming, I just didn't want to go back to what I was like, just like anything remotely reminding me of it. Like, not to be depressing, but yeah, I will go back to it. Don't worry. I was being able to beat DMC 3 fine. It's not that hard. I didn't. Is Collecting G being an asshole right now? Hey, ban Collecting G. I didn't stop playing it because I thought it was hard. Stop playing because it got like a fucking demon illness. I mean, that was the main thing. It like stopped me for like 2 weeks, and then there's another like 2 to 3 week time that stopped, and then another last year. This is rough. It was much harder around that time it came out. Standards changed thanks to God of War and Dark Souls. Yeah, and I need to go back to Devil May Cry 3. I really liked it. I feel like was that like more than halfway through? I feel like I was about halfway through the game. When I go back there, I'll probably start from the beginning, but with my current save, right? There's no reason why not to right, you like keep all the red orb, keep all your power-ups and shit. So if anything, I'll just be more powerful. Or I could start new, I don't know, it's whatever you guys want. It's been a long enough time that I'll do that. Far more about replaying levels. Or that might just like on my own time when I'm about to gear up for it. Just kind of like re-practice, kind of learn the different fight styles. Oh, that's another thing Devil May Cry has fight styles and weapons. And powers, and also more like just regular ass combos you can do. Yeah, I feel like just calling this the DMC clone, because apparently, right, and this is another thing I found out. The guy that they got from the Capcom for Devil May Cry wasn't even like the head designer. He was just a guy that worked on the team that they were like fucking advertising like a motherfucker. They just wanted to be like, no guys, this is cool, trust us. And don't get me wrong, for the first couple hours, it's not bad. It's pretty fucking fun for the first couple hours, but it does not sustain. For Devil May Cry, the game is shorter and way more interesting in the combat. Here, it's DMC, deport Mexican children. That is the true message. But yeah, here it's like, the combat's way more simple, and it's also like way fucking longer, so you figure it out. It's fucking, it's just crazy to me. I don't know. They need to do like a lot more with this game, but also not strip down the RPG elements as much, but also kind of reel in the 14 dev team by having like another like internal team that makes action games or RPG games come and like consult them and be like, hey, that works really well for MMO, like a World of Warcraft style MMO, but that game design does not work for a single player action game or a fucking like a single player JRPG. Just crazy shit. What is this one? Increases the rate at which damage multiplier rises while enemies are staggered. I don't really give a shit about that. It already goes up pretty quick. As well as increases multiplier maximum to 200. That might be good. The battle technique double impact is earned upon attaining the multi. All right, I might actually want that. Okay, Berserker Ring is way too fucking good. It's probably one of the only good accessories in the game, to be frank. Ability cooldown time and restoring the HP. A potion is directly affected by the strength of the attack dodge. That one's pretty good. Yeah, I'll swap off. We'll turn off the plus 15% extra XP. It's time. It's been long enough. Let's see, I mostly stuck with Swordmaster and Zawadu Duel one. I rotate through them all. I find them all way too fascinating in DMC3. I like to fuck around with them all. I still say that of the series I've streamed, DMC is like the favorite, like one of my favorites that I've like started. That one is fucking great. Although 2 is just a giant flaming bag of shit. That one lives up to its reputation. Which I was surprised by. Alright, more enemies coming? More enemies coming? No? I'm so fucking used to it. Devil May Cry 1 holds up pretty well, despite its somewhat dated combat system. Really, it's more maybe the camera, but yeah, DMC 1 is like... It's why I say people get so fixated on game length. They're like, oh, if I'm buying a $60 game, I want it to be fucking 60 hours. You know what you get with that mentality? You get Final Fantasy 16, cocksuckers. Holy shit. You get these like bloated games, or Devil May Cry 1, you beat it in like, what, 10 hours, 15 hours maybe, however fucking long it is. But then you have all these different like unlockables, and you get the new game hard mode, and then you get Dante must eat shit mode. So like the game's good enough where after you see the credits roll, you're like, yeah, let me hop back in. That's pretty good. Please just say, that's how you really feel. All right. I've been holding back.
Or is it some sort of...
Yeah, long games doesn't equal good games, exactly. I'd rather have like a condensed, really, really, really good game that inspires me to revisit it, rather than a long game that is mid as shit. Because, you know, life is limited. It's not just about the money you pay on the game, it's also about your life. Your limited fucking life. Yeah, so let me play some solid-ass short games. That's why I like retro shit, honestly. Alright, okay. Now I know what that means when he is about to hit me with his axe. Got it. Oh god. Man, I was really hoping I could get that one. Let's see. I couldn't imagine being Dragon Quest 6 after you watching Trudge through that. I was saying in the Discord, I shared a video of like some hardcore Dragon Quest fan where he ranked it. Some of his rankings were a little bit weird from what I understand the later series, but yeah, he had 6 at the very bottom, and I was like, yes, thank you, fuck. There's some people that swear that game is good, and I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? It had a really cool premise, so I'll give you that, but it just falls apart. They just, it's fuck. Dragon Quest 7, PS1 too long, 3DS cuts more. Now Remake Perfect cuts its length, and now it's one of your top 3 Dragon Quest games. Well, yeah, I was kind of joking about that it was the same thing with Final Fantasy 12, where every time they re-release Final Fantasy 12, they like add to the multiplier for speed. Dragon Quest 7, every time they re-release that one, they cut out more shit and speed it up. Need to play Dragon Quest 8 again, been a long time. Yeah, look forward to fucking around with that one. Yeah, I am gonna play, obviously, Dragon Quest 7 first, but hopefully it can hold my attention. If it took you 3 times to make Dragon Quest 7 good, was the original Dragon Quest 7 ever good to begin with? That's kind of where I'm at with remakes. I know the idea is like, oh, a remake, you should make a bad game good. And like, you know, fair. But it's kind of a weird thing, because then it already has its bad reputation. It's like, alright, well, I could just play a game that's an old game that didn't need to be remade that's already good. I can see both sides of the aisle. Kill this thing, please! Gorgo! Alright, we're gonna plant this right in his gooch. We're gonna do this. See, but like, couldn't have just been 2 times the entire game? Did I really need to get an item in the DLC to have the multiplier go from plus 50% to plus 100%? Once again, if there's like one thing I'll say about 13 over this is, at least the multiplier goes up to like 1,000%. Here it's like, oh yeah, you're doing good, 150%. It's like, fuck you. No, I'm just like, buyer's remorse at this point. Whoa! Fuck, Aaron, I didn't want me to dodge that one. Once again, I was like done with this game 60 hours in. I was like, alright, jeez. But I was like, well, I wanted to play through the, Jesus Christ, man. I can really wind that one up. Oh, I see. Ah, alright. I was just too close to see the fucking circle go all the way up. Jesus Christ, bro. Torgo, can you kill him, Torgo? No, you can't. You do no fucking damage.
Be careful, brother.
See how my ball's in his face? Do you like that? Revivement bit. Alright, no, God, that's a long fucking explanation. Improves limit break induced enhancements while increasing HP regen during limit break by 50%. That part's not bad. That's one of the main things I go into limit break for, is to heal. Also, fatal damage is taken while the limit break is full. Or while the gauge is full, limit break is automatically triggered, preventing KO. That's also pretty fucking good. Gave him a torg over. Dragon Quest VII PS1 had my favorite script and the better job system in dungeons. They're FF5-ish like the Robot Factory. Probably third or fourth worst, to be honest. Gotcha. I just know the video I was watching, they had well, no, the one I was watching, he actually had 7 probably, like, in the middle. Better than, like, half of them, which was surprising. Once again, but, like, people say, I feel like the reason why 7 is hated more is because more people haven't played 6. For whatever reason, even among Dragon Quest fans, they all, like, don't play, like, the Japanese-only ones. What was it called? The Zenithian Trilogy, which is a shame that they don't play the Zenithian Trilogy, because 4 is fucking sick. 4 is, like, actually disgustingly good. Let's see, so what was I gonna look at? Alright, what we got here? I think I actually do want to revive him a bit over that one. That's a good mix. I got my PSP working, playing Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker on it. That's a solid fucking game. I also played it on the it was on the 360 and one of the like they made a 360 version. And apparently I guess they're making it, maybe they're making it on the second collection on Steam. Whenever that comes out. Peace Walker is pretty good. I never beat it, probably because the plot I thought was really, really shitty, but in terms of gameplay, that game was great. Dragon Quest IV DS is good as fuck, expands and improves, adds a lot more content. Yeah, I need to fuck with that one at some point.
I think it's getting ready to receive us.
Well, you don't have to really say it like that, do you, Clive? Got another like lore thing. Oh fuck!
Ah, there's another one of those devices.
All right, what's it? Yeah, I could have I could have solved them on my own. Fuckface. Hey, dumbass, go over there before you go down the hallway. It's like thanks.
Development log entry 750501. Average improvement of crystal resilience 492%. When biological core exhibits high ethereal congruity. Specimens with a congruity rating of 7 or below are to be sent to B level for military repurposing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I just think it's so lame that like Ultima just showed up. They're like, all right, well, let's try to make people so we can kind of harvest them for magic. And harvest the plant for magic as well. And then they fucked up the first attempt, because the first attempt made, like, bioweapons and robots try to fight them, so they had to kill them, and like, alright, let's try again. Because A, that makes Ultima sound, like, more retarded than he already is, right? But also, B, it's like, I don't know, how do they know this planet was, like, habitable? I feel like it'd be cooler if these guys were the natural inhabitants, which maybe the, like, Ultima tried to exploit them first before being like, all right, this isn't working, we need to kill them. I don't know, it's like I feel like that's the obvious. Like, I did not come up with that. That would have been like way fucking more interesting. Actually, I was like, fuck, where am I going? I guess down here. All right, guys.
Wait and win!
See if we can just kill this guy in one go. Like, even the Puroboros, where the fuck, however you pronounce that, that's a Final Fantasy V boss. It does trigger me that one zoomer is like, yeah, they have Final Fantasy IV favoritism. It's like, you recognize, like, the 4 references Final Fantasy 4 while ignoring the, like, 4,000 for 5. I don't know. This game is the best clearance from Walmart bin type game. Yeah, I'd still say for like 20 bucks. I mean, you know, you could do worse. But like buying full price there.
If all of this truly was
Although I mean, I
the
had a
work of the
discount.
Fiend,
I forget how much I fucking paid for it.
Closer to attaining godhood than we ever imagined.
Let's say maybe it was like 15 bucks off.
Numeral to struck them down.
Not enough. not nearly enough. But yeah, I certainly recommend. Just like if you just want to see what the gameplay feels like and like see most of the best part of the game, just download the demo and play the demo. The demo is fine. Because after the demo, it's only like the next 5 to 10 hours that are good. After that, woo! Wow, a goblin coin. I can sell that for 1,000 gil. Yippee skippy. I'm gonna assume this is gonna be the boss of the DLC, so let's save this bitch. Fisto can't wait to uninstall part of the game. No, I mean, I can't wait to uninstall the whole game. I think you need the game for the DLC. Like, it's all just one thing. But yes, I'm going to, oh, wait until the uninstall part of the game. Yes. Then yes, you are correct. Sorry, I had to reread that. Reading is hard, please understand. Trying to target that one. There we go. Man, he's like trying over here to fucking... Man, that fills the shit up out of my fucking limit bar. Yeah, that improving to 200% instead of like 150 is pretty fucking big.
The heart must be close.
Also, let me change out my secondary. I always forget to do this shit. So it helps to know where the fuck I do the area items. There we are. Defense increase. This game doesn't seem to be too popular. No, it's good for the first 20 hours, Pickle, and then it fucking bombs. But it like goes on for like 80 hours. More with the DLC. It's I don't know what the fuck they were thinking, to quote AVGN, to paraphrase. Stone skin, attack, I don't really give a fuck about that. Interesting. Okay. gonna say fucking do stone skin tonic. Or say fucking do the elixir. We'll do that. We'll do that for now. Surprised you playing for that long then. I'm doing a video on all the, like a fully edited video of all the Final Fantasy games. That I really do love the series. It's just like a bottom 3 for me of the series. Like easily. But yeah, so after like I'm done the DLC for this one, I'm referring to my notes and I am never playing it again. And I will be all the happier for it. Fair, fair. See, now you're doing fuzz out shit, Pickle. You ever play anything on Final Fantasy, Pickle? Or is it too gay and Japanesey? Which, you know. Fair. This might be the end boss? I feel like we're gearing up for the boss, the DLC. You pay me, you could not pay me this series after Final Fantasy X.
There. Now's our chance.
So you hated tight ass then? Alright, we'll rock another save. Hey, that's just how Waka pronounces his name. It killed the series for me. What was your favorite one then? Like 7 or 8 or 9 or 6? My top 3 are 9, 6, and 5.
Unauthorized entry detected. Primary core firewalls activated. Initializing iconoclastic defense system Omega-1.
What the hell is an iconoclastic defense system? I have a feeling we're about to find out. And that we will not like the answer.
I can't wait for you to contribute in battle, Joshua. You and Jill and Torgo. Oh wait, you guys barely contribute? Good. Absorbing the crystal or some shit?
Core containment complete.
Yeah,
Authorizing environmental sterilization protocol.
Well, at least we know where it is this time.
Quite. And if we want it...
Good luck, Jill. Go for it.
If we want it, all we have to do is kill an icon.
Safety routines disabled. Weapons armed. Stand clear.
Alright. Gonna dodge that one. Oh shit.
But you're all ready. Let's try.
Alright, fuckface. Torgo, kick his ass. Torgo, help me! bar, bro. Get low of that health bar. Like, you can only do damage with the stagger, bro. It's crazy. Do it. Alright, what's that? Like a fifth of his damage gone? Good. This boss fight better have checkpoints. The other ones did, but like, man, I would be dreading if I died and had to like do this shit all over again.
Data assessment complete. Recalculating threat level. Weapon routines authorized. Rerouting core power to Omega 1.
Maybe there's an Ifrit section. I don't know, maybe. That'd be neat if there was. I hope so. Once again, the icon battles are like really like brain dead, but they are fun, you know what I mean? Even the people that hate this game are like, yeah, that's probably the best part of the game.
And what makes you say that?
Those new arms, for one.
It is interesting, an Omega weapon that's like biomechanical. Oh shit, we're in fucking Far Cry Blood Dragon.
Alright.
Sick.
I'm convinced.
Yeah, I never finished that game. I should go back to it. Alright, dickhead. Oh shit! Goddamn motherfucker spiked me. Fuck, it's out of range. really good time to use that. Damn it.
Do you feel the heat, brother? Seems like it still has some fire left in it.
Alright. Oh, it's fucking stagger bar went back up. What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Alright, then let's just fucking use this shit then. I'm not even close enough to exploit it. There, Jesus Christ. Yeah, if I knew that its stagger bar would go up, I would have used all my powers. I'd save him for when he's like, you know, about to be fucking staggered. Oh, come on. Fuck off. Come on, I'm trying. No. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Alright, halfway point with all potions, I'm assuming. Because, you know, they realized they didn't curve the game right, so they're like, alright, we'll just let them cheat. Yep. Good. Good game. It's like, I can't even, like, move fast enough to get her out of the way for that. I don't know what the fucking game wants me to do there.
Nice try. Come on.
Am I too far away for it? Alright, I guess I didn't even know there was a limit for Ramen shit. I desperately need to figure out where the safe zone is while trying to, yeah, go that way. That's what I want. What the fuck, man? Now we bide our time while I get that back. Jesus Christ. Like, what do you want me to fucking do there? Like, the beam is fucking way too wide. You're like, fuck, dude, bro. What the fuck do you want me to get that? Oh my god. Good. Well, I fucked that one up. What the fuck? Oh my god, I love the like, good luck knowing what's gonna happen next. You'll need to, good job. It's like, yeah, the first time I see shit, I'm gonna get hit by it. Not a problem in most games, but if it's gonna be like a one-shot kill, you know, it's a little bit fucked up. God. I am trying here, bro. Hard to fucking time that. He's a mile away, then he's inside your asshole. Come on, a little bit closer. All right. I am trying to fucking find some shit, please. Why is it? He's so far away. This arena is like fucking massive. I fucking, for the life of me, can't, like, time that shit. Jesus Christ, bro. What do you want from me? Heal me up, Dorgo. I'm gonna need it. Hey, a cutscene. Good. Saved. Checkpoint. Thank God.
Safeguards removed. Commencing initial compression.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, good luck dodging that move where it's like a mile away and then he's inside of your asshole. My goodness.
Why can't I?
It's the only way to not lose 90% of your health bar.
All of creation. Well then, we'd better kill it quick.
Guys, we're running out of room.
Just keep fighting.
Is this a safe zone or a danger zone? I don't even know. Trying, I wish. I feel very fulfilled. What the fuck? I love Final Fantasy 16 now. It's the best. Buy it today. Wait, let me check. Wait. Shut up. I just got my check.
There's no reason
I just got my check from Square Enix.
What am I fighting for?
Fuck you. I got my check from Square Enix. Buy this game, please. What game was it where they had to like thank Square Enix every like 30 minutes during the stream when they got the game early? Was that Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake? No, that was Dragon Quest 3, right? Fuck, I have to look that up. I want to say it was Dragon Quest 3, where like if they gave you a key to stream it early, part of the stipulations was you had to thank Square Enix every 30 minutes. yeah. I had to fucking look that up. Hold up. If one of you guys can look that up for me, that'd be great. What game did Square Enix make it so you had to bank them every 30 minutes if you got a key early. Trials of Mana. All right, the shit. Every 20 minutes. Oh my god, that's fucking amazing. That's fucking incredible, dude. Oh man, that's fucking great. Yeah, I don't understand why you don't like Square Enix, Cassius. I really don't. I don't know why you're such a big fucking baby about it. Just embrace it. Let's see. Common sense would suggest that any metal taken from the corpse of the centuries-old construct metal that shudders and quakes like a slab of freshly cut swine's flesh should be given a wide berth, if not a hefty heave into some nearby lagoon. That said, legendary weaponry is rarely the product of common sense. Yeah, so if there's like a really, really hard boss in like an MMO or some shit, and like you got all the boys together, and you know, you all have to work together and figure it out and you communicate. Also, you're just playing with the homies. It would work for that, and usually it's like, you know, it's your reward for, you know, just to be able to like fight it and beat that boss. If you're like, you know, level 99 across all the fucking jobs and you've, you know, sunk in like 4,000 hours into the MMO, they give you something to do. For a DLC boss, a boss that takes like fucking 40 minutes to kill, that's not really good. In fact, I was just, like I was saying, I was playing Final Fantasy 13, right? And I was fighting was it Dicely, the evil mecha pope. I guess the first time, right? Because you find him at the end of the game, if I remember correctly. You know, he does the death counter halfway through. But that fight is long as shit as well. And I want to say it started with Final Fantasy 12, right? But Final Fantasy 12, it's like a single player MMO, so it makes sense. And I guess you could say 11 because there's those NMs. But once again, it works for that style game where it's just like, all right, that's your rewards, an optional fight at the very fucking end. The DLC is a pretty big thing, but even then, it's like this boss fight of the style happens outside of this DLC. It's not like this is unique to Omega here. Yeah, I know. I'd rather have like a fucking boss that's difficult and very technical, but if you know what you're doing, you can kill the motherfucker in like 15 minutes. Even then, that might be too fucking long. You know what I mean? I don't know, like say like 5 minutes, whatever, 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, something like that. But that's a good amount. I feel like that's good. Think about this game I never understood in the beginning. Clive asked Sid, "Who's this fine dog?" Only for in the next scene to say the dog's name.
Omega control.
The thing I don't get is how is Jill using ice magic, Social Justice Waluigi? What the fuck?
Emergency core extraction.
It make like there's a cutscene dedicated to Clive stealing her ice power. The whole reason they steal the power is so you don't have allies in your party to like control, to have that as an excuse. So clearly that excuse doesn't fit. They just were fucking lazy.
Would you care to do the honors,
Or maybe they intended it for it to be a party and they just, I don't know, we're like, yo, let's get this out. Let's get this out. To get the game out unfinished. Oh god, can we just kill these fucks?
I thought I told you to leave this place.
What must you ruin us all? I cannot let you do that. We need these crystals. They're all we have.
And just who is this we?
We are of an ancient tribe, one of the first to lose its lands to the Blight. For countless years, we were forced to roam the Twins.
Alright, we're still gonna break the fucking crystal,
A
dickhead. I don't care about how sad your
without a mother
backstory is.
crystal, a people without a blessing. So we found our own. The dust crystals provide us a means to survive.
No, I mean, we had to destroy it. You're right. Tough shit,
Yes,
destroy the
but at
crystal.
what cost?
Yeah,
I call crystals. These shards channel ether. And where do you think that ether comes from? It's sucked from the land, as a leech sucks blood from a beast.
And what? You just expect us to believe
Also,
that?
it doesn't make sense that the blight speeds up. The blight accelerates as we destroy the crystals. It
But that
should
doesn't
be
make what
slowing
we've
down.
told you any less true. If this heart is anything like
That's
the
another,
others,
like,
it
kind of
will
plot hole.
bleed the twins of their life force, till naught remains, naught but death.
The proof is all around. What do you think robbed your people of their home in the first place? We are trying to stop that from happening again.
Try to stop me from smashing that crystal booster.
And
I
it's
know,
the
like,
only
I could just morph into Ifrit and kill this guy at any point.
You're Sid.
Well, I mean, the game can. I
You saw
can't. It'd
what
be nice if I
happened after
could.
the Empire lost Drake's head. What do you suppose they will do when they find out, as they surely will, that there is another heart hidden right here under their noses? Your people's need will count for naught.
Shove that crystal up your fucking ass.
Damn it. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice.
But you said you didn't believe him, Chief.
I don't. But the man does have a point. There's no keeping this place
I still don't understand how this place was a secret, for the record, guys. This place is huge.
And hanging on to
It
these
takes up half the
crystals will only
sky.
get our people killed. Have it your way then.
At Burger King.
Just promise me you'll leave my people out of it.
Stand back. It's about to get hot in here.
Take off all your clothes. It'll make Gaseous happy. I've seen what Gaseous has been DMing me. I'll tell you guys later, once Gaseous leaves. He'd be so embarrassed if I was telling you guys. Yeah, I love you Gaseous. I really do.
System overload. System overload.
Let's see, this game is them trying to sell RPGs to normies, so they have to dumb everything down. I mean, I agree that they tried to, like, make it as normie-friendly as possible and chase as many, like, modern AAA gaming trends as possible. But, like, they tried to sell RPGs to normies with Final Fantasy VII,
Not found.
and it worked. Because they didn't,
System failure imminent.
like, sacrifice shit.
System failure.
They, like, made it more accessible without sacrificing aspects. And they like, got rewarded for that.
We did the right thing.
Final Fantasy VII also had a great marketing campaign. Yes. Yes, it did. But yeah, this game apparently underperformed. I don't think this game, like, lost them money, but definitely did underperform. Maybe it lost some money. I don't know. Once again, they don't... I think they could be lying about their shit. But I know they were disappointed in the sales of this and 7 Rebirth. I don't know. I hope one day, if we get a Final Fantasy 17, it's turn-based. Or, like, I honestly don't mind the Final Fantasy VII combats, like the modern Final Fantasy VII remake combat system. From what I've seen of 7 Rebirth, I don't like the Disneylandification of shit, you know? Where it's like, oh, look at this! Ah, remember this? Hey, you remember this? Oh, look, it's so... You know, it's like... And, like, everything is marked on the map. It doesn't leave you anything to discover on your own. From what I can tell of Final Fantasy VII, aside from them messing with the plot, that's the main thing that they don't trust gamers to just discover on their own. They're like, no, we have to make sure you see everything. It feels like Disneyland, the 7 Rebirth game. So I don't know. I hope they do some soul searching with 17 if 17 ever gets made. Between not even between shit, but like just for example with
We all saw the crystals.
Elder Scrolls 6. I'm convinced that's never going to be
made. We
made.
even explored half of the chambers.
Without the heart to sustain them, I doubt those still slumbering in the tower will stir now, if ever.
I hope you're right. The last thing the world needs is one of those six-legged pests running around wreaking havoc. We have more than enough two-legged pests to deal with as it is. However blameless they may claim to be.
What? Oh, two-legged. Right. Sorry. I was just wondering what I'm going to tell the village elders when we get back. I suppose I'll just beg them for forgiveness, and when that doesn't work, give them the slip and lie low for a year or two.
You're planning to run away? Again?
What?
Oh yeah, Dragon
It's
Quest
got us
12,
this
that's another
far,
one
hasn't
that's
it?
vaporware as well. Thanks for reminding me.
We may have had a bit of help, like.
Kind of you to remember. Will you and your people be alright?
Oh, we've made do without before. I reckon we'll survive. And if what you said is true, it's not like the rest of the realm's going to have it much easier. Besides, one man's ordeal is another man's opportunity, as the old saying goes.
I don't recall ever hearing that one, but fine.
So what happens first, Elder Scrolls 6, Final Fantasy 17, or Dragon Quest 12?
Now,
I have no idea.
If you don't mind,
maybe not any of them,
we've got
honestly.
places to be.
If I had to guess,
do?
maybe Dragon Quest 12.
We do.
Thanks for everything.
Madden
I
27.
said,
I think Pickle's
we've
right
got
on that one.
places to be.
You know, it's so Madden.
Back to the hideaway then. Karen and Hippocrates will want to hear about this.
I was thinking we might first return to the tower and see if we can...
Back to the hideaway, then.
Alright, so we're done? Oh no, okay. We gotta talk to Karen. Entries for time echoes, yada yada, active time lore, got it. Dragon Quest 11 is a tough act to follow. Well, that's kind of the thing with it, and that's kind of what it's saying is I'm not even sure if there will be a Final Fantasy 17. It's because, you know, you see this with, like, you know, the GTA 6 being delayed and delayed and delayed. And for the record, I have, like, less than no interest in playing GTA 6. I wasn't particularly impressed with GTA 5, and that took forever. I thought 4 was the last good GTA game, and even then, I thought the PS2, like, trilogy was, like, so fucking good. I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling it. I know there's a whole bunch of AAA game franchises that are just dead because I think AAA gaming has just ballooned to such a crazy degree where they're just getting diminishing returns after dumping more and more and more and more and more money into these games that take more and more and more of a dev time. And in terms of percentage of profits, if they get a profit at all, the percentage profit is low. So it's kind of like with Hollywood, right? Where it's like you see, I don't know, like, well, with Hollywood, it's fucking dead, but, yeah, gamers aren't willing to pay for subpar products anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. So, like, you'll see, indie game devs balloon, yeah, like, skyrocket. You'll see, like, the, I don't know, the AAA, the AA dev, whatever you want to call it, the mid-tier size companies. I'm sure they're going to keep doing well. FromSoft, I'm sure, is going to keep putting out shit, but at what point do you consider FromSoft AAA? I don't even know. But yeah, so like all these companies, they're like planning their sequels of their big franchises for the next game, but it's just nothing. We're not getting anything. I feel like they're all in development hell because they're all scratching their heads looking at the latest sales from their last games and like, well, what can we do? Because all of our old devs are gone. Like, all of our old, programmers, rather, or old designers, they're fucking gone. Because we canned them. All we have are a whole bunch of yes men and, like, corporate, the fucking corporate leadership and boards of these companies, they are, like, fucking bankrupt and they don't want to take risks. And you need to have risks in order to have, like, creative art, you know? You just fucking do. I'm fine playing my AA JRPGs. Well, personally, I'm fine. I mean, I'm fine with that as well, but I'm fine with, like... And it's the same thing with, like, gaming when people are like, oh, gaming is dead. It's like, well, you have indie games, but you also have a backlog of all of the games ever made. And you can't possibly play all of the ones worth playing and that are really good in a lifetime. You gotta be, like, picky and choosy, so, yeah, hey, fuck it. If that is what it is, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Allow me to educate you.
Educate me, baby. You filthy darky slut.
Here you are.
Ball and gun gamers. FromSoft will be fine, because they actually make good games, but companies like Ubisoft, EA, Activision, or Coke, yeah, Bethesda. Throw Bethesda in there, please. Throw Blizzard. Fucking ripping shit, Blizzard. The list goes on. There's more. Good riddance. I have my whole life's worth of games in my Steam library. Exactly. And, you know, it's weird because there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I played that game, I'll never go back to it. But me, like, if I loved a game, yeah, I'm gonna fucking go back to it. That's fucking Lulu. Fuck, I've been tempted. Like, one of the first games I streamed on this channel was, Paper Mario. It was a shit playthrough because it was on the fucking Wii and it was glitching out at the end. But now they have the, analog 3D. I'm, like, looking at that library. I'm like, man, I could play some Paper Mario again. Fuck it. That's a great game. Although I should also stream the sequel. Information on Echoes of the Fallen's been added to the situation map, yada yada. So this is gonna be that tower, I'm assuming. Or where the fuck was the tower? I don't know. Oh, there we are. That hit R. Sage Spire's walls are lined with dark crystals, halls filled with the fruit of the Fallen's god-forsaken experiments. Ancient beasts transformed into living weapons in the heart of man-made Mother Crystal. With the destruction of the latter, dust crystals fade and the tower falls silent and long last. I kind of wanted, like, Anna, I know I keep harping on it, but I really do wish that, like, the Fallen weren't just Ultima's first fuck up, because he also fucked up with us. It takes the steam out of the sails of, or out of the fuck, the wind out of the sails. There we are. How do ships work?
Very good.
The wind out of the sails of Ultima. Like, Ultima seems like a real fucking retard when he had 2 experiments over the course of probably, like, millions of years. And both bit him in the ass. I was kind of hoping the Fallen would be the indigenous population of this planet. That would have been cool. I feel like that was the obvious one, and then they fucked that up. Brilliant. I have several lifetimes worth of games offline. Yes, I got, I mean, emulation's come a long fucking way, baby. Bethesda can eat my ass clean. I agree. I was a huge Bethesda fan, so I'm extra salty at how much they've completely sucked asshole. I will mostly play retro games and very little modern games, barring a few examples. As it seems the game's considered retro if it's 10 years old. I'm calling bullshit because GTA 5 ain't fucking retro. Get it. Oh, wait, I'll, can I pause? Yeah, okay. Yeah, neat. I didn't even know you could do that. I heard it say that, like, if you look at, like, the dawn of gaming, right? Like, maybe the 70s. I don't know, what year would, like, Pong be out? Maybe, like, 70, 75, some shit like that. Let's say 75. Take that year and then find the halfway point between then and now, and everything older than that is retro. So, how long has that been? So we're going on, like, 50 years? So, like, 95 and older? I don't know, is that too generous? Is that too, or no? 25, right? 50 years, so 75. Plus 25. So, like, 2,000 older? Would that be too fucking generous? Or be like, no, retro is like 2005 now. Now, you think retro, you think, like, fucking, like, or at least I get the mental image of, like, you know, 70s and, like, 60s shit. Or, like, 70s, 80s shit. That's what I see when I think retro.
Oh?
I think all 90s and early 2000s included would probably be accurate.
From, or what?
It's, a long story. And perhaps one better told in the
A game is retro if it's old enough to drink. That's fair. I kind of like that. Really, I just had to turn in the quest for end credits? I don't know. Okay, good. Let's go. Still going. The blade of my sword is fucking small as shit. It's mostly just hilt. See that?
Bloody hell. Remind me never to go poking round in any fallen ruins.
Not only a mother crystal of human creation, but an icon as well. Truly, the study of our fallen forebears is endlessly rewarding. The wonders of which they were capable never ceased to amaze.
They came as something of a surprise to us, too.
You can say that again. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we set foot in that tower.
We only knew the old stories. Of a people so consumed by greed that they sought to overthrow the gods. And I'd hazard the thing we found in that tower was conceived for that very purpose.
Omega, the offspring of the Fallen's boundless knowledge and unchecked ambition. A dangerous combination for all concerned.
And Ultima crushed them. It was he whose secrets the Fallen coveted, let's not forget. He whom they strove to dethrone.
Well, let's be real here. That fight was harder
Just
than
as we strive to
Ultima
dethrone him
fight.
now. Without their knowledge, and without their weapons of war.
Clive.
This power I've been given may exceed even theirs, but if I use it, as they did, who's to say things won't end the same way?
Come now, brother. I think the events of recent days have made it abundantly clear that we are not our ancestors. As well you know.
You're right.
Yeah, I think the 20 years retro
made
line is
crystals.
good. When's
We destroy
the
them.
Oblivion Less Argonian playthrough?
Crafting their
Honestly,
artificial
I'm fucking down
The
for Oblivion
Fallen
playthrough.
sought to emulate the divine.
It's on my list. Maybe I should
That is not the path we have
make it a
chosen.
little higher priority on my little priority list. You should see
We
my
don't want to
stream
be
bucket
gods.
list. It's depressing.
We just want to be free.
I'm like, I'm not even going to
Well said.
be able to get through all the ones I already have thumbnails
If one
done
does
for.
not learn from the mistakes of the past,
It's
one is
fucking
doomed
crazy,
to
dude.
repeat them.
But yeah, I loved Oblivion.
And so,
Morrowind, Oblivion, and
I
Skyrim
mean to
even.
write down everything you
All
told
three
me
have
to the
their
very
flaws
last
and
detail.
strengths, and they're all
That those
different.
who come after might learn from our travails, and perhaps, just perhaps,
I envision like a perfect Elder Scrolls
Forge a
game or a
brighter
combination
future
of
for our
the strengths of
descendants.
all three, but that's never going to happen. If you hate yourself with the passion, do the remaster. Now I'm good. If I do Oblivion, I'm going to do the version I already own right on Steam. So this DLC, I mean, once again, when I bought it, it was probably like 10% off of like the whole game, Ultimate Edition, whatever the fuck, which is $20 total. So that's like $18 is essentially what I bought for 2 DLCs. So if it's 10 normally for just this one and 20 for the other, then I don't know, maybe I bought this one for the equivalent of like maybe like $7, some shit. Would this have been worth $7? Probably not. Maybe like 3 or 4. But, you know, whatever. We got the Dust Shard. As if unable or unwilling to accept the loss of their mother with the destruction of the Sage Spire's heart, did all nearby dust crystals shatter and fade. Oddly, those far removed from the tower, however, do not appear to have suffered the same fate, including a particularly suspect sample Goots was gulled into buying on a recent journey to Port Isilda. They're not what you'd call decent. What's Elder Scrolls my favorite though? Probably honestly, I'd probably say Morrowind. Or maybe Oblivion. It'd be one of those two. That's a hard toss up because I like both for very different reasons. I think of the 3, Skyrim is probably the weakest, but it's also the most like smooth to play. But I've said this before, after you get like 60 to 80 hours into a Skyrim playthrough with a character and you're starting to hit like, you know, level 40, level 60, somewhere around there. It's really about the journey, right? So once you kind of get to a high enough level where you can kind of do anything, everything feels very, very samey. But leading up to that point, the immersion is crazy. Like it's just good vibes, Skyrim's good for modding. Story, it's the weakest, yes. And that's why the modding scene is so crazy about it, because like once again the engine is the strongest. But if you had the side content and humor, like weird, like dark humor of Oblivion, and like some of the whacked out humor here and there, like, not throughout the whole game, but like, you know, some of the side quests where you just see like really wacky, crazy shit. And if you had the role-playing and main story level of Morrowind. Ooh, that would be so good. That'd be so good. Skyrim is only magic. It's fun. Combat feels clunky. Dragons ruin everything. Yeah, and there's the meme of everyone who starts as a character ends up playing as a stealth archer just because the damage output is just so high for sneak attacks. Will fucking family share you the remaster? Just you hate yourself. Best Elder Scrolls game is Fallout 3. Fight me. See, I thought I would argue fucking New Vegas was better than Fallout 3. Although I do some of the side quests of Fallout 3 are like really fucking memorable, but so is Oblivion. I don't know what Bethesda was on around that time. They had like really fun side quests. Morrowind in the engine of Skyrim, and that's what I want. Modders are actually making it. It should. New Vegas is the best Fallout game. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, God, it's fucking depressing talking about how how fucking far Bethesda's fallen. Jeez. Todd is such a little fucker. So shit, what we got?
Still alive, are ya? So...
The Fallen did manage to make a Mother Crystal of their own, did they? But a lot of good that did them. Brought the wrath of God down on their own stupid heads and left their descendants to clean up the mess they left behind. You did a good job making the Sage Spire spick and span, but if that Fallen heart were anything like the others, I'd wager there's plenty of shards still out there sitting in stockpiles waiting to be sold to the highest bidder. Still, they're not like to last long, shoddy things as they are, and anyone who tries to flog them as common crystals is begging to get themselves nabbed and dealing dodgy goods. Those crystals are naught but curious now. They're part of the world's history, not its future.
Go on, then.
Let's definitely fucking buy some shit.
You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that.
And I really don't need anything more.
All?
Bethesda was on that fucking submarine. Titanic. The fans are stepping up as they always do. New slot made by Solus Corpos aren't needed. Yeah, I really hope that, like, I don't know, man. Once again, I go back to Square Enix because, once again, my favorite franchise is fucking Final Fantasy, even though, like, a third of the games aren't good and, like, another third are, like, just, pretty good. You know what I mean? But, man, when it hits, it hits, but it's a goddamn shame that, Square Enix is fucking retarded. That's Square Enix. I heard they're retarded or something.
What do you want?
Omega weapon. Oh, I can just make the fucking Omega weapon. Hell yeah. Fallen Enforcer. Is that what I have now? Well, I appreciate it. If I'm going into the next, fucking DLC, and if the fuckers are that tanky, I'm gonna need some shit like this. A blasphemous coupling of living flesh and synthetic bone, this relic of an age long forgotten shudders with that self-same vital spirit that animated the Sage Spire's mightiest of sentinels. And when we looked upon mankind's creation, he saw himself. Bob.
No scratches, right?
There we go. Any gay shit here we can equip. Oh, I can make the better Fallen bracelets. It's nice.
Yeah, that should do you. My best work.
Plus 5 HP and plus 3 defense. Holy shit!
Anything else?
I know, the sword looks cool. It looks evil. Yeah, that's why I do actually want to go back and try out, now that I have the motherboard upgrade and I won't be having the performance issues out the asshole. Because before I was using the old motherboard and the old, like, 2011, like, budget CPU. But I do want to go back and try out Strangers of Paradise, not only to fist fuck chaos, but, like, I actually hear that the job system and combat is good if you get into it. I just have a fucking mental breakdown over the Diablo loot system times infinity. Times absolute fun, like, the amount of, I can't emphasize how much anxiety that shit gives me.
First the skies.
Like, killing one enemy and getting like 20 new pieces of fucking equipment, all better than what you're currently having, then killing the next enemy and it happens again. I'm like, how long do you want me to be in the menu? Let me play the game. It's like, oh, just ignore it until later. It's like, yeah, but I'm like not min-max. Why would they fucking do that? It's like they specifically designed that game to fucking ruin my life. Oh my god. It's like my biggest fucking pet peeve of gaming. And it's like, all right, we'll crank that up to like, not even 11. Crank it up to like infinity. It's insane. A subtle reflection of mankind, fiery yet flawed, brilliant yet brittle, and its future, clear yet clouded. How the crystal endures despite its mother having faded is perhaps a sign of hope for us all. All right, let's, we're gonna start on the final DLC. This one's apparently a bit longer, and I hear it's a bit better and fleshed out. Because obviously Echoes of the Fallen is just a dungeon with a boss. A dungeon in air quotes. I want to re-emphasize as much shit. I was fighting that scorpion for nearly 2 hours. Well, I was walking up to fight the scorpion and then fought him for an hour, so half yes. Fuck, what was I just saying? Oh yeah, I want to emphasize, as much shit as you could possibly give Final Fantasy 15, the one thing that did, like, shockingly well, the dungeons. Like, it's Final Fantasy 13, no dungeons, just hallways. This game, the dungeons are just hallways. Final Fantasy 14, even then, apparently, it's just, like, the dungeons are just, like instances of just like a hallway with a couple of trash mobs before a boss. 12, I think in 12 they're really big and they're just like really big and maze-like, which is kind of similar to 11, although 11 has some real annoying gimmicks that kind of force you to work with other people to figure them out. But you mean how they would play grab ass and talk about boys, right? Exactly. But Final Fantasy 10, yeah, that didn't have dungeons, really, right? Not really. So I want to say, of the games after 9, the only one that had like good, like really good, like classic style dungeons with like a theme and some like puzzles, some light puzzle elements inside, and you know, trying to figure shit out and like cool atmosphere is Final Fantasy 15. It's crazy, but then they released this and it like we revert again. And it's like, guys, fuck, how long can we keep doing this? How fucking long can we keep doing this, bro? Final Fantasy 8 had no dungeons. Is that true? What about the S-Star? That one was kind of a pain in the ass to hold up. That was the one where, like, Laguna kept, like, picking up a key and then, like, it falls out of his pocket, he, like, kicks it, like, 1,000 yards down, like, 20 halls, and, like, it gets caught in a fucking draft, and it ends up, like, upstairs on the roof. Trust me, I played Final Fantasy 8 a year and a half ago. Alright, well, then maybe it didn't. But still, all the same, 9, I think, had some pretty neat dungeons. Let's see here. Greatest gift. It feels like a lifetime ago. It was a lifetime ago. The afternoon on Man's Hill was our very first adventure, but somehow I knew even then that it would not be our last. I'll never forget that day. The simple fact that you have not either fills my heart with a joy so fierce I cannot describe it. Since the moment we first met, you have always been an important part of me. That half that makes me whole. When times are darkest, you are my light. When I am lost, you're my guiding star. You're just what I need. You're all that I need. You're the greatest gift, Jill. The most boring Final Fantasy woman in the franchise, which is crazy because Luna Freya from 15 exists. Good job, Jill. Above and beyond. Oh yeah, so we're not doing it anymore. I was wondering, I was like considering maybe doing a side quest or two in between DLCs. Nah, we're done. I can't do any more of the side quests of this game. They actually suck, asshole. Dear Sid, I write you this note from the Imperial lands. Yes, I know we said we'd be going straight home, but a little detour to trade the trinkets we pick up on our travels for some trusty gil seemed in order. Give the elders something to soften the shock of losing the dust crystals like. Truth is, those crystals have long been a lifetime for our people. And though I may have been quick to comprehend your reasoning that they're naught but a tether to the sinking ship, humble country folk like mine are rather less receptive to new ideas. Wish me luck in turning them to the new righteous path. Famille. P.S. In the unlikely event that we should find ourselves driven from our home at point of pitchfork, I trust you'll spare us a better 3. The lads can sleep on the floor at a pinch. At a pinch, rather. You know that would also be cool? If, like, there were more, like, base... I think I mentioned this, like, many streams ago. If there was more, like, base upgrading mechanics as well. Kind of like, to my understanding, Suikoden does. And... what? Ys 8. There's a couple. I'm blanking on them. But yeah, games where you kind of recruit people in the field and then they come back and they improve your placement. I feel like some of this shit they were actually planning on just because it feels so obvious, but I feel like they were trying to have a quick turnaround for this game, so they were like, fuck it, they'll eat slop. Send it out. The first 20 hours are good. We can trick these fucks. Fucking sad, man. Anyway, Sid. I shall not waste time mincing words. Leviathan's dominant is in need of rescue, and despite my innumerable misgivings about how's like Leviathan just gone? Isn't that like a really important part of Ultima's plan? I don't know, whatever. Despite my innumerable misgivings about joining hands with an outlaw of the highest disrepute, the dame has assured me that there is none better suited for the task at hand. I dare not reveal more for fear of this missive could fall in the wrong hands. But if what little I have penned here was kindled your interest, I bid you journey to the Vale in Northreach and inquire with one Layla. She will surely see you satisfied. That's neat. Hopefully it's the pirate chick from Final Fantasy II. Spelled the same way. I remember playing Final Fantasy II, I had to like whisper her name so that way little baby puppy princess wouldn't wake up. For the record, I do think of her every single fucking day, and it still hurts a lot. Let's see. Pickle, eyed homies off to bed. It's 5:44 a.m. I do not want to be loose anymore. I got you, Pickle. I hope you have a good dream, good sleep. I appreciate dropping in, man. It's always lovely seeing you. Let's see, I agree. Final Fantasy at its best is goated. Final Fantasy ain't it. Yeah, but Final Fantasy will have its moments here and there. Once again, as far as single-player modern Final Fantasies, I feel like 15 got the closest, but it was like still a fucking complete mess. I think if you want to count Final Fantasy 11 as modern Final Fantasy, I don't know if you want to or not, because that actually was headed like the core concept and a lot of the ideas and direction was by Sakaguchi. And the only influence Sakaguchi had on 12 was being like, hey, we should give it to the tactics guys. And I think that is about it. Because he was, but the merger happened in 2003, right? So that would have been like part of the way through Final Fantasy XII's development. Yeah. Alright, well, let's see if there's a pirate. Let's see if there's a Final Fantasy II reference. Because if so, that'd be kind of interesting.
But why now? After all this time.
Why, what now?
Fuck, how long have you been there?
Oh, I'm not sure you'd believe me if I told you.
After all we've been through. I doubt there's anything that could surprise me at this point.
All right, then. Rouse Joshua and meet me in the mess. We'll talk there.
Oh, one of the things I mean, I'm not sure how much you guys will get out of it if you haven't played this game, but the one review video I posted where it was like a roundtable discussion by 4 like Uber nerds.
I'm not sure yet.
But they like tore this game a new asshole, but it was very cathartic to watch.
Crucial details.
Do we know its provenance?
That was one of the details it omitted. But whoever the sender was, it seems the dame held them in high enough regard to point them in our direction.
The dame? Well, she's not one to waste our time.
I don't know about that one.
Important.
I would argue she's very much one to waste her time.
If the letter is to be believed, Leviathan's dominant is in danger. And someone wants us to save him.
Leviathan?
So the Warden of Water has finally returned. What has it been? 100 years?
More. The Lost moniker dates back at least that long. Even our venerable lawsman would not have been so much as a glint in his father's eye when last the mighty serpent brought his crushing waves to bear upon the realm.
But why the gap? I know it can be a few years before a new dominant's born. But over a century?
Should the dominant of Water's bloodline have been severed somehow, it could have prevented a new dominant from awakening.
But if one has awakened now, he couldn't have chosen a worse time. Every nation in the realm has lost its dominant. If word gets out that there is still one to be had, they will stop at nothing to claim it for their own.
I really hope you don't get the Leviathan power
will be at war again.
at the end
Just
of this
when humanity
DLC,
most
because
needs
like
to
I'm
come
not
together.
gonna be able to fuck around with it
Did the
too
letter
much.
say anything else?
Only that if I wish to know more, we must meet in person. And that the Veil can arrange a meeting.
If nothing else, you can be certain it ain't a trap.
Famous last words. I'm coming with you.
As am I.
Thank you. Both of you. And Otto?
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on things here.
Once again, if the first third of this game
Fancy
wasn't as
coming
like
anyway.
good,
Thank you.
this would
shall
be
leave the
lower than
invincible in
2.
your
I'm not sure if
capable
it'd be
hands.
lower than 13 though. But considering 2, the math is fucking asinine, and the game hates you. I have to have this at the third place. Third place worst Final Fantasy. Chasing the Tides. Quest destinations for Rising Tide are located with the little brown note. I love the brown note. After accepting the quest, current objectives, yada yada yada, to-do list, prioritize, yeah, alright. Finest review is this JRPG streamer I watched. He reviewed Final Fantasy 7 and gave it a 10 out of 100. Called it a hallway cutscene simulator. Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Yeah, I need to, I played the demo of Final Fantasy 7 Remake, although, yeah, then again, I played the demo of this, and this was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I liked of what I played of Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I thought the battle system, if nothing else, was interesting, but I had to go into that with... To my understanding, 7 Remake is very linear, and then 7 Rebirth is Disneyland open world of like, hey, check out this. Hey, check this out, bro. Hey, check this. Remember this? Hey, remember the town Calm? Calm now has 10,000 people in it, all waiting in lines at the fucking cotton candy stand. And you're like, what the fuck? Why would they do that shit? All right, let's see. We'll dig around a little bit longer. We'll get started on this bitch. But yeah, like these last couple, and especially the last few side quests, they're like, fuck them. Like I'm good. I've played more than enough of this game. At least it has a good voice acting. Yeah, I hear that's very good. Oh, this game has good voice acting, I think.
Will think twice before attacking us again.
It just, the characters are kind of dry. Once again, I'm kind of like thinking about how they killed off Benedicta early on. She was kind of interesting. Once again, that first third was so good, and then they kill off Benedicta, and then it like starts to focus on Hugo, and then it's dry, and you're dicking around the desert for a bit, and you're like, then like you have the Sonic the Hedgehog fight with Hugo, and then it's like that's kind of interesting. You're like, yeah, that's kind of fucking neat. And then you're helping Mid get parts for an airship for like 10 fucking hours. That doesn't go anywhere. That's always good. Let's see, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, not my kind of game. I'll stick to my PS1 copy. Yeah, well, that's what I always said about people who are like, oh my god, it ruined Final Fantasy 7. I'm like, you can still play the original, bro. The original exists. Like, I'm fine with them doing weird shit with the remake. I'd rather them stick to the original story, if nothing else. But if they want to change up like the gameplay style, I'm fine with that. It just
Fancy a peek behind the veil, my lord?
the fact that they you know, fuck things up, it might be an issue. I have to like reserve judgment for when I actually play it though, which I will eventually.
I'm looking for a Layla.
You found
She better be a
one.
pirate bitch. I love how every single chick in the game has the exact same breast
Will your
size,
friends be joining in?
which is like, you know,
Or
to say an A
just
cup.
Watching.
For the record, once again, Sweet Baby Inc. was
we're
like
not here for
Square
your
Enix hired them
services.
as a consultant
We
team
simply
when they were
want to
making
talk.
this game, and it
What
shows.
you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same.
Isn't the women like? Because you can see with like the way their dresses are, it's like they expected
We
them
hear about the letter.
to have bigger boobs, but they don't. But this is the same
Oh,
franchise that brought Lulu.
sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting to know who wrote it then.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the messenger here. There's only so much I can tell you.
Sweet Baby Inc.
Specifically.
A
Goddamn.
location, north of town, on the shore of Isle of Feist Bay. There you'll find a tent and the woman who can answer your questions.
And that's all.
You're really not gonna
Nothing
have like
else.
a pirate chick reference here?
Actually, one thing. There's more than flowers in the meadows these days. So keep that sword of yours to hand.
Have a missed opportunity. That's like one of the most memorable characters in Final Fantasy 2. Once again, Final Fantasy 2 has some fucking
Does anyone else
issues,
think
but
it's
it has some
strange
neat
that
characters.
This woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town.
Not if she realizes the value of the information she's party to.
And the danger it puts her in.
Alright, let's hop on Chocobo.
Good girl. Run like the wind.
Also, let's kind of go through my notes again for the script. I kind of forgot how, like, Paul is such a massive bitch in Final Fantasy 2. And then he ends up being, like, really fucking cool later on. I gotta play Final Fantasy 2. I had the PlayStation 1 and GBA. Can't decide which one, to be honest. I feel like I recall hearing that the PS1 version of Final Fantasy 2 ain't bad. But, the GP... Is there a reason you wouldn't, like, if you were gonna play, anything other than the original and, like, you know, like a translated Famicom ROM? Is there a reason why you wouldn't play the Pixel remaster? Because it essentially takes the strengths of the PS1 and GBA one and just makes them better and limits their flaws. But to my understanding, I think the PS1 and GBA version of Final Fantasy 2 are about on par. Although the PS1 Final Fantasy, like the PS1 2D Final Fantasy games do have some pain in the ass load times, so that might be a
Yes,
deciding
Who
factor.
awaits us inside?
But the music is probably better.
It's empty. Why am I not surprised?
I don't mind, to be honest. I did like your Famicom playthrough. Oh yeah, that was fun. But yeah, so if you had to pick one of those two, and like the Pixel remaster was out for any reason, and you're determining, you know, how you determine which one you play, I would say maybe go for the Game Boy Advance one if you want no load times, and go for the PlayStation 1 one if you want like better visuals and better music. It's up to you. I think both are serviceable to my understanding.
A boat. No prizes for guessing who that belongs to.
Hi, I found your channel. I saw the thumbnail and boom, here I am. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed the thumbnails. I mean, I mean, you know that by this point, but I have a lot of fun with them. I know people appreciate them as well, which is always, it feels good. Because I hate I fucking hate video editing, dude. I cannot stand video editing. I'll do it, but I'm like angry the whole time. And it takes me forever because I'm not good at it. But, yo, fucking Photoshop, that's, like, for me, that's a good way to spend a fucking Sunday. Is just opening that bitch up and just going wild, making stupid shit. I have a very vivid imagination.
So you're Sid.
Where I had no Final Fantasy 2 on YouTube, it's just recommended to me. Yeah, sometimes I feel like YouTube has gotten better in the last like 3 years at recommending smaller channels.
Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula, tributary of Mysidia, final haven of the Motes of Water.
The Motes of Water.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant was born. A people notable for their sapphire eyes and ivory hair. Yet that would be impossible, since the tribe famously...
vanished. Was exterminated. Despite the best efforts of both church and state, we are still very much alive. Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Grieger's faithful for over a century.
Oh, is this DLC actually going to go into the Grieger Church? Because they did not, like, touch on that at all, even though everyone mentions it. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just, you know.
That wave out there.
They have a religion. That's all you really know about.
What do you know of it?
Ah, that's there.
Only that it's been there a long time.
Yeah, we just haven't noticed it. Right.
Since the fall of Drake's Eye almost a century ago. Some claim the two are connected, but none can speak with any certainty.
So in other words, you know nothing. Not that I'll hold it against you.
Good to know hardcore
The wave
JRPG
was
players.
raised
My
by
kind of
Leviathan
content.
in an act of rage.
Also, just laid back, not to have myself on the fucking back here.
And the icon and its dominant bound within.
And you want us to...
But some JRPG players are very, very,
Rescue
very
him.
fucking weird.
Yes.
You know, special,
You see,
very special
a little
individuals.
bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for putting unruly dominants in their place. And ours is about as unruly as they get. For years, we've searched for someone who could hold their own against an icon. Someone just like you. So what do you say?
So an island,
Will you help us?
the dominant for Leviathan is going fucking mental?
What exactly did your dominant do to warrant this punishment?
What did he do? He committed the greatest crime one of his kind can.
But like no one has heard about him. Even like I feel like that's kind of big news if someone's fucking priming into an icon. I feel like we should
But he
heard a
deserves
story
a
about that
better
or something.
fate than the one my people forced upon him. He deserves to be free.
As do we all. Very well. Far-fetched though your tale may seem, something tells me you speak in earnest. So we will do what we can for your dominant. But first, you will tell us everything you know about him and the means of his imprisonment.
I can do better than that. I can show you. Care to take a trip across the bay? My people await you there.
Lead the way.
Modern ones. Hey guys, I love you. Xenoblade is the best. Yeah, the YouTube voice. Trying to do a YouTube voice to, I don't know, be as appeasing as human possible. It's annoying. But then you also get the other side of that coin, which is like people who are trying to be like needlessly edgy. I always think of, oh god, what's that fucker? Oh, there's Andy Pants Gaming. That's the one. I can't stand that prick. And then the other guy, kind of lump him in the same category, synthetic man. Those guys are fucking cancerous. The Lost Cloak. If you manage to navigate the cloak's narrow mountaintop pass without plummeting to your death, you'll be rewarded with a breathtaking view of blighted wasteland stretching from the Olefest Bay to the Sea of Grace. Hey, I get a great view of the blight. Yeah, good. I can't wait to check this out. And so it's not even that far away. It's like, yeah, there's a dominant, you know, Primes every now and then. It's a huge asshole. We've got him imprisoned. Hey, they spent some money on the visuals here. Neat.
All right, you might want to hold on to something. We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
Of course you don't. That's the point.
Hitting my back wall, my rectal back wall.
To keep our village hidden from prying eyes. But don't take my word for it. Watch.
It's just like in Final Fantasy VIII, guys. It's the town of Esthar. I think that's what it was called.
Worse than a slug of Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
It's blue, but how is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you? Ours just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day.
AKA, we didn't want the visuals of this DLC to look like shit. So we made up some stupid bullshit. I'll take it. The magenta hue of everything is quite depressing and ugly after like 30 hours.
And that concludes our little voyage. We're here.
Oh, we're at the final stretch of Final Fantasy 16, baby. I'll take it. Hopefully it's good. It's gonna make it. I mean, I guess the music was
interesting. It's a long
interesting.
slog to the village, and a hard one.
A little disappointed by the lore, and that Omega fight was way too long.
Hope you're up for a climb.
But I don't know, maybe we get some cool lore and some cool world and some cool visuals. Some fights that don't take 2 hours. Let's see if we can nail it. Let's see if we can get the landing here.
Finally.
What? You didn't think we'd arrived, did you? The village isn't up here. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Of course it is.
Now we run backwards. No, because that's gonna be the other line. It's kind of interesting how that was introduced by Final Fantasy 12. Yeah, it's interesting kind of looking at Final Fantasy 12, the little, like, you know, touch-ups over Final Fantasy 11 system, like better menuing. Having lines between areas so you know if you're gonna, like, load the next zone. Better visuals in general. It's neat. Can I, like, unfollow? Oh, wow, that's a great, great map, bro. I dig it. Let's see. Can I, like, unmark this shit, though, of what is active? No, you can't. All right, so that glitch, I think, has been here since, like, day 1 of launch. It's kind of crazy that's still there. That you can't, you always have to have 3 quests being marked. And even if you try to uncheck them, it just
this path can be
tells you can uncheck them, but you
if
can't.
not for the sheer drop, then for the beasts who prowl it.
Thank you for the warning. And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
You will be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Why is Joshua trying to get some?
So, Lord Margrace?
It's all the same to me.
Hey, Joshua seems to try to get some fucking dark pussy. See if this bitch squirts blue. We'll fuck around for like maybe like 15, 30 minutes before calling it.
I was wondering when they'd pick up our scent.
Stand back. We'll handle this.
Oh, will you now? Shall I keep my axe and spells to myself then?
Why are they level 50? You would think that they would like... Like, I feel like they expected you to do the hunts and they didn't want you to be over leveled. But like everything tanks so much that... Taking a little sleep there, taking a little snooze.
You mentioned spells, yet I see you carry no crystals.
Since when did a bearer ever need crystals?
But then, where is your brand?
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
Then it's in for a long wait.
I mean, I think after we met, no, I guess not in our society, right? They test them as babies. I love Jill. Her expression is as dull as hang on the ceiling. He really is like, yeah, no, man. Once again, she has that moment in the Iron Isles, right? When she like, you know, is with you and she kills the fucking dude, and then you fight the boss and she takes the backseat again. But like after that bit, then she like goes back to sleep. She goes back to her coma. And it's like, guys, and here's what I don't understand though, right? Is this the franchise that had like Rydia and, you know, like Ferris, right? I thought Ferris was interesting anyway. You had Celis and Terra. You had fucking Aerith and Tifa, right? Right now, you can, you know, alright, you can take some blame, but she had some more personality than this. But you know, you also had like Garnet. You had a fucking Yuna, right? Like you had a whole bunch of really solid female characters, and then nothing. I love it. I just want to observe. She's having a fucking time over there with that rock. Oh my god. She's got like cerebral palsy or some shit. She's like that fucking douchebag from Breaking Bad. When is Torgo's Ravage gonna be fully leveled up, or is it fully leveled up? I've been like waiting on that for fucking ever, bro. No, it's still somehow, some fucking how not. I've been spamming that for like 10 fucking hours. Like the last 10 hours of like gameplay, I've been spamming it. It's still not level 3. Crazy. Let's see. Is there anything I want here? I think I was trying to get some of these boosted. Guess we did get that. We get Giga Flare. Crap. And we can swap to that and see what Super Giga Flare looks like. Basically, that like remembers where your Zantetsuken is last was. I mean, I guess it's not amazing that it remembers, but it's surprising.
From there, you'll have a better view.
I'm like, what the fuck was the last time I used it? Why is it at like halfway charge to 1? I think like after you load into a zone, it might be 0 or something. Oh, whatever. Interesting though.
Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you.
Her pussy.
Just so you know.
Green light, Clive.
It's not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
It's that house right there. See that house? Or no, it's the giant blue thing. It's the giant blue thing. Dude. Got like a mining laser or some shit.
It's been a long time since I saw the North looking so
alive.
I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but it's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest. Our humble village is only a short way from here, if you'd care to accompany me. Let's get ourselves in front of a fire, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
I don't understand why the music is mixed so far in the background. It's so like subdued behind the voice acting and the sound effects. Because I've seen in reviews where other people like talk shit, right? Those are the kind of reviews I like when it comes to this game. But
beautiful.
Not all of them, but quite a few of them will say that the music is kind of forgettable in this game, and that's not the case. It's when you beat the game, you stop and think of like, were there any standout tracks? And it's hard to remember them, but you have to really, really, really listen, right? They should have like had it more in the foreground, because I think the music for this game is actually like really fucking good. Too bad they don't punch like the Count of Monte Fisto. Indeed. Well, you know, if I can get through this all the faster, that'd be great. So maybe it's good that some of the enemies don't punch like me. How are you doing, Shadow Sheriff? Visuals are really fucking nice. Is there a way I could like crank up the music? Because yeah, default it's kind of shitty. I feel like no. Maybe no, that's it. It's at max. Fuck. Hold on, we'll tweak this. Interesting. So you're just doing Limbus as usual. Can't kill the deer. Feel bad, but it's free XP. Well, I'm trying to see. I guess maybe it doesn't, like, maybe it's only PS5 controllers that make the sound. Alright, never mind. We'll work on it. Yeah, it's kind of my issue of the bomb mud is it's just very passive. It does charge fast if you like try to do the speed dodge, but you're still, you know, essentially playing keep away with the flora and fauna. This is really pretty though.
Are those stones glowing?
That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
Oh, okay, those. Got it. So is the glamour like the anti-sky thing that Ultima's doing, I guess? I want to like put my hand in there. Fuck you. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Caution. Too slow.
flare. And then it rains shit on everyone. Yeah, you know, like, it's neat. It's neat. It goes for a while. I'd rather have, like, one big concentrated blast instead of, like, you know, just peppering everything. But, like, you know, it does a lot of damage. I'll fuck with Bahamut a little bit longer.
If the surge was an act of rage...
One wonders what prompted it.
So they are using their crazy shit to shoot a laser to seal him in that, or vice versa? I'm guessing they're up there, Mysidia, then it's shooting laser in there to seal him. So I guess we go up, talk to the Mysidians, and then go down and fight Leviathan and call it. Yeah, that was a cool moment in Final Fantasy 15, the Leviathan fight. It was like sloppy, sure, but fun. I know why I'm searching everything. We should just like go forward through the shit. Very passive. Oh god. Visually neat. Would it be faster if I got a Nagling and a Savage Blade? I mean, maybe. Reflection of Fire, it's probably gonna be shit. Let's see what it is, though. Let's see. Enhances Phoenix Shift, increasing speed and distance. I mean, that's your main one. Not better than what I currently have, but I could see that being useful if I didn't, you know, if this wasn't the final DLC. This would have been good to have early on, whatever. Or like maybe like a permanent upgrade. That would be cool if there's like permanent upgrades you could get to kick more ass, and then it could like warrant why some of these enemies' health bars are so fucking meaty. Residual fire aether that, having failed to dissipate on the battlefield, has instead manifested into a solid form, not unlike crystal, but with an elemental purity that renders it far more potent, if not highly specialized in its applications. But yeah, this is my my mess with the other shit build. Titan could be cool. Once again, so here's like, and honestly, looking online of like, you know, all the videos, everyone's like, they usually go Ifrit, the Garuda, and Titan. Because Titan's honestly pretty fucking strong. But here's my take, right? And I've said this before. That lightning rod is way too fucking good. That's really it. But even then, Blind Justice is good for like long distance, and honestly does a shit ton of stagger damage. But then you need Garuda because it's the only ability in the game that gives you a reward for using it when you're halfway through their stagger meter. That's like, those are just good. I don't know. I do like that Raging Fist. It is fun. Just punching dudes in the butthole. Shiva, I think, is kind of boring. to be honest. Speaking of which, where are we at in terms of ability points? I want to grind until I get 2,500. And then 2,400 for the final one. No reason other than, you know, free XP, which, you know, if I can get another level up to get slight increase and shit. But even then, it's not like you get, well, 3,000, honestly, that's not bad. Honestly, that's kind of fucking stupid. Wow, why is that so much? I thought I'm complaining, I'm just like, what the fuck? Why is that so much? Jeez. They put them there because they're like, all right, we've been drip feeding XP this whole game. Let's have a couple of deer that give 5,000.
Could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay.
And when we get close here, we're gonna probably call it. Over on River's Edge. Maybe it's like an S rank fight? Probably is. So far this seems more promising than the first DLC though. I mean, more fleshed out, more visually pretty. It the clown with the red balloon. Exactly, I'm gonna call it. It'd be like, hey, you want some penis enlargement pills? I'm like, do I? And I'll like dive right into the sewer. Right, maybe there's some reason you do some shit over there, I don't know. Or maybe after you clear the DLC, that's like, oh, go back there and there's an S rank fight. I don't know who the fuck's doing all the fights and all the hunts and then doing all the trial stones and then doing Final Fantasy mode. Like, this game is like so disgustingly long enough and you get the point. It's fucking crazy to me. Alright, we'll drop a save and call it. This game is long. Oh, this game's long as shit. As long as Final Fantasy 11. No, but 11 is much better. Shit, come on. There we are. Turn that shit off. Good, beautiful. Alright. So yeah, final DLC. We're getting I feel like we're getting close. Maybe like 2 more streams of this. Maybe we can knock out the DLC in like a good 2 streams. Maybe 3. I do hear this one's a bit longer. So that's gonna be the estimation of it. But we're at the very tail end of Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, I'm confident with that ranking though. It's a low. And, you know, obviously, Final Fantasy 14, I can't imagine it being in the bottom 5. I'd be surprised if it was in the top 5 either, but who am I? I'd probably end up placing it somewhere in the middle. We'll see. We'll see whenever I get to that one. We're more than halfway through Final Fantasy 11, which is sick. But guys, make sure you take care of yourselves. Much love and peace out.